Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. here in Seattle. I thought I'd get up and do an early landscape today. I got to go meet a friend at 8:30 for breakfast, so I got up. I already made some coffee. I'm already into my Pepsis. Already had a coffee. I got about an hour. I got my alarm set for an hour, so I'm just going to do a random painting here. Today's the day I'm going to go to breakfast and I'm going to go to Dick Blick's and get some more Utrecht paint. This stuff's really good if you can get a hold of it. If you want to try to do landscapes, it's really good landscape paint. Utrecht. It's made in Brooklyn, New York, so it's really good quality paint. They got the finest pigments, expertly formulated, milled, and tested. If you're not 100% satisfied, they have a customer service number. But I think I'm pretty satisfied. I think I'm going to start with some distant mountains back here. I'm just going to mix on my palette today. I'm using the a Forensi brush. I'm going to have some distant mountains back in the back here. I'm just going to kind of like throw them in. Random. Early morning Sunday. Wow. I actually got up a while ago and I made some coffee and been up for a while. I'm trying out a new vapor thing. Strawberry banana. I mean, that's the flavor I usually use, but this is a light black and white. I'm gonna try and do a loose landscape, really loose. This is 16 by 20, so it's fairly big. I went and bought some stickers yesterday, and I started tagging my paintings for the upcoming shows I got. Let me see if this is looking good. Yeah, looks pretty good. I've got a lot of work to do, I'll tell you that. I've got to go and tag, put prices on all my paintings. I've noticed though, like when you're out there selling, the first day you could, you know, price them at what you want, and then the second day, if they're not selling, then you got to lower your prices down if you want to get rid of them. So then you could have, say you got $75 on a painting, you could like put all your paintings on a table and say any painting for $40, you know, and it looks like they're getting a deal. If you're anxious to get, you know, some paintings sold. I don't mind selling my paintings cheap, because I'd rather have it hanging in someone's house than sitting over here in the corner, you know. You got to make a name for yourself. It takes time. That's why the sooner you get going on YouTube, the better, you know. I mean, it takes time to build up subscribers on YouTube. The algorithm kind of regulates how many subscribers you get. That's just the way it is. I'm going to try some Alizarin Crimson in my sky here. A really washed down color with white in it. Alizarin Crimson with a lot of titanium white. Just to get another color in the sky there. Landscapes are fun. You can pretty much because everybody knows what mountains look like. These are kind of distant mountains. I'm going to put a nice big mountain in here in a second, but it's really easy. You can follow this style I'm doing right now. I usually start with the sky, then I put a mountain in, and then I'm going to put a larger mountain in right now. But I want to lighten these mountains in the back a little more. A little too dark. Just putting titanium white on top of them, on top of the gray. It'll soak in and get lighter. There we go. That looks good. Looks really good. All right, now I'm going to put a big mountain over here in dark gray, black and white with a little blue in it. Watch this. I'm going to put a big, huge peak right here. That's going to be a big peak there. Really big. That's all right. I'll probably have these come down a little so it looks like things are going off into the distance over here. So how you do that, you keep this a little low here and then angle this down, this landscape down over here a little bit. And it'll look like things are going off over here, okay? That looks pretty good. I'm gonna lighten up this lower section with some pink. Pretty cool. Just trying to get some stuff, adding a little light pink and white in here just to get some ideas to start forming on the mountain. I'm putting the light on the right side here, kind of just see what you get some ideas appear sometimes by doing that. When you put your color up on the mountain, you can see maybe the mountains. This mountain will be in front now, the small one. So I'll draw it down in front of that big one and push that big one back. There we go. I like to cover the whole painting first with color. I think I'm gonna have water down here. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna put green down here, believe it or not. And then I'm going to change some of the green to water and put the blue on top of it. And it's going to make the water look really cool, okay? So basically this green I'm putting down might just be an undertone, but it's good for its earth tone green. Let's just put the green. Let's just fill in the rest of the painting with some different values of green. So this will make it easy for you. If you want to paint this painting like the way I'm doing it, just put all green down here. There's still gray on my brush, but I'm leaving it on so it gets put in down here in the grass and it creates shadows, okay? When I first do this first layer of paint, I like for all the colors to mix, you know? And you can put some dark spots in here. I have some dark green with black in it. You can just throw some random dark spots in here like this, okay? It's going to create some shadows, okay? This is sap green with black in it. So I'm going to just go ahead and fill it all the way down with that light green. This is sap green with some yellow in it and a little white, just to lighten it up a little. I'll put all green. I'll put some dirt in here in a little bit, but I want to show you when you put water in here on top of the green, it looks pretty amazing. The blue mixes in with the green and you get a really nice color on the water. All right, there we go. I usually call this my underpaint, which it is, and I put it on pretty heavy. I didn't use hardly any water on my brush. That's all paint up there, okay? So it's pretty, you can use it. Is that in focus? I didn't use any water. This, like if you don't paint a certain area, it's okay because I put it on pretty heavy. Like say I want to leave this part grass here and not work it anymore, it would be okay because I put a lot of paint down. Up here I kind of watered this pink down a bit, but I know I'm gonna throw clouds over the top of it, so it'll be all right. And the blue up there is gonna have clouds. But look at that. Within 18 minutes I got the idea put down. Isn't that cool? That looks pretty wicked. That's a big ass mountain though. So what I'm thinking, so when I look at this now, I'll probably have some maybe bushes down here, and I'll probably have a few big trees here because I got the big mountain here. So you can run larger trees on this side. Maybe just one, because I want to have some distant trees like come from here and get smaller back this way. That looks pretty good. I got some people watching this morning. You're up early, or I'm up early. Now this is, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make this like the edge of and looking down. Maybe this is a valley looking down. So what I'm going to do is just edge it right now with, this is sap green with black in it. So I'm going to take a knife and kind of edge this back here. Kind of want to make it look like it stops here and then you would have to go down. You could stand here and look down into the valley there. That's what I want it to look like. So now you could take this sap green and just start putting shadows in out here like this. If you want it to look flat, if you want a hill, you would like draw it down more like this. You could create hills in there, or I'm going to leave it pretty much flat like that. That looks cool. Looks cool. I guess I'll do the mountain next. Needs to put some, we'll put some color on the mountain. Let me get my world spinning there. It's looking pretty good for a Sunday morning. I'm still working on my studio. I'm trying to get 2 cameras involved pretty soon, where I can have different views going on. I'll have some kind of foot control where I can change the camera view from one view to the next. I'm working on that. But for now, this is what you get. It's really cool looking so far. Oh, I gotta meet someone for breakfast soon. So I've got 30 minutes left. So I gotta put, I think I'm gonna bury that guy, like bury the big mountain in the back, because I'm gonna draw these mountains close here. Let's put a little snow up there for now, just to get my design. Maybe I won't put that much white up there today. I know this guy's going to be in front, so I'm going to draw this down here. And we'll put some snow on the really way up on the peaks here. Quite a bit of snow up here. Let me try that much snow and see what happens. I don't think I've ever painted this early before. I'm usually working Sunday morning. They're cutting my hours a lot at work. I looked at my schedule for the last 2 weeks, and they're really getting stingy with the hours, man. Now we got this new manager, and she's like trying to get you to rush at work, you know. And then they only give you 4 hours a week. Like, they want you to come in and they expect you to work hard, and they're only giving you 4 hours a week. I want to put him in front of that big one. I think I'm going to need more snow up there, I think. We'll see. Trying to do the mountains a little different so they don't look like the same way every time I do them. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think it looks good. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. These definitely look different than, you know, the mountains I usually do. I kind of wanted to be loose on this painting. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave those mountains like that. I kind of like it. I got a few extra peaks up here, so I'm putting a little shadow just on the other side of the white. So it kind of looks like more peaks up there. And I'll fix the white a little here. Pretty cool. I'm going to darken this mountain here just a little on the edge. Just so it stands out a little over the other mountain. I just put a little black in the blue, just so it stands out a little. You could do that on all these edges if you want. kind of like that. Even though I don't have much color up there, I'm still going to soften up the bottom here a little bit. Wow, it's looking pretty good. That's probably the first time I didn't put as much white. I usually put a lot of snow up here on these peaks. All right, that's good enough. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the grass work now. I got one like already. Yeah. Anea, how you doing? I see you there. Are you an artist, Anea? I think I'm going to put some rocks down here. I've been doing it lately in the front. Put some rocks here, and then I can put a nice tree right here into the sky. Let me show you how I do it. I'm going to mix like a black and white just to get a dark color. So I'm going to have some rocks right here. The idea is just to put the color in dark like this first. If you ever want to do this in one of your landscapes, it's pretty easy. I'll show you. Just put some dark color there first. I'm going to let it dry, then I'm going to turn those into like stepping rocks, like a 3D. Let me do the clouds while this is drying. All right, so I'm going to do some clouds here. That's a quick way to do clouds there. Wow, that looks cool. That looks really cool. I'm gonna put like kind of layer one on top here. This paint I'm using is it's Utrecht paint, okay? I think I said it at the beginning. This paint's pretty good for landscapes, okay? And I like the way the white works pretty good for clouds. My brush is kind of old, so the tops are kind of, they're not as fluffy as they should be because the brush is kind of old, but still looks okay. Let's see, I want one coming from here. Wow, some good clouds. I got my light right there. There we go. Looks a little better. I had to turn the light off or turn it away. It was hitting right here. Right on. I'm glad to see some people in here this morning. I know it's early, unless you're in on the East Coast. "6:43 here. 6:43 in the morning. I'm going to try and lighten up. You see how my valley is a little dark right here? I'm going to try and lighten it up a little. So I'll show you how to do that. Just get a wet brush. This is an acrylic brush. It's pretty wet. I'm just going to put a little white on it, and needs to be kind of wet, and then just rub that white down in here like this, just right into the valley here, maybe at the bottom of this mountain here, just like that. It'll end up looking like fog down there. Well, watch when it dries. All the color will come back, but it'll look a little foggy down there now, like clouds. Okay. All right, it's time to do the trees. Oh wait, let me do these rocks for you real quick, since I got a few of you on here. So if you do a landscape, put something like this in the front, and I'll show you how to do rocks. Just get a little white on your knife to start off with, just a little bit, and kind of create some tops up here. Like if you were standing on these rocks here, just put a little white up there like this. And then I'll make like some steps going up here. Kind of like that. Now I'm going to take the color I used on the mountain here, the blue and white with some gray in it. A little bit of gray in it. And then pull the color down under the white with this color. Very lightly. Leave a lot of the black in there. Just pull it down from the white and it'll create like some blocks. See how that one looks like a block? And there you go. You got instant rocks up there. Doesn't that look cool? Wow, that looks amazing. So now I'm going to put a tree here. It looks right in front of the rocks. Right here, right in the middle of these two mountains. We'll put a big tree here. It's going to look good. Wow. I can already see it's going to look my brush is a little wet, but that's all right. I'm going to press in and make this one a little like the branches a little rounder than normal. I bring some of this tree down onto the rocks like this so it looks cool. Look at that. That looks so cool. I can't believe it. It looks so cool. I really like it. have a lot of branches on this one. There we go. Now, depending how far you want to make this look, like I could put some small trees back here if I want. The smaller you make them, the farther it'll look. Or you could put, you know, larger trees here and make this look like a field that's kind of close to us. So maybe it's like just 50 yards away. Or you can make it look 200 yards away. Depends on how big you put these trees in the back. I think I want it to look like close to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few trees over here, and that'll set the distance for us. Let me draw this down this way. Okay, good. So I'm going to make a few trees, like right here. My head's probably in the way. Kind of that big. So now it kind of gives your eye an idea. Like, because if you were out here standing, you'd be kind of small next to that tree. These trees are way in the distance, so you don't have to make them perfect. I think I'm going to highlight this with blue, okay, a light blue. I just want the painting to look a little different. So I'm going to mix some of the color of my sky with the little white. Quite a bit of white. I want it to be like really light blue. And even though it's blue, because it's going to mix with the dark green, it's going to turn to a greenish color anyway. Hey, I got one like already. I'm going to like it too, because I like it. All right, very good. You like those rocks? They're kind of cool. Let me show you one more thing on them before you go. Take a little bit of black now, a little darker color, and You could make some really dark shadow spots in here if you want, where you know the sun isn't really hitting. Just a little black. Just to make some darker spots in there. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do too much. All right, guys, I'm going to fill this up with trees now, all right? I'm going to fill it up with more shrubs. I don't have much green left here. So I want to put some trees right in the middle here on these bushes. So let's put, these will be a little bigger than those. And I think I'm going to make a different type of tree here. This is more like a Van Gogh tree. It's like a pathway going to the edge of the hill so you can look down in the valley. Wow, look at that sky. I just looked at the clouds. I'm like, wow, it's pretty cool looking. I'll give you more of a front shot here. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. For 1 hour. Let me see how much time I got. I only got 1 minute, so I think that's all I'm going to be able to do on this one. But it came out, it's coming out pretty good. There's my alarm. All right. Anaya, if you're still in here, thanks for stopping in. So I like to use my knife now and just put some branches with the knife. Just a few like things coming off the tree. You got to kind of wet your knife a little with water and the paint to get it to work just right. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of get some lines in there like that. This is black. It looks good, the contrast over the color. You can use white as well. I'm not done with this, but I can't finish it now. I'll probably put a bigger tree right here. So it looks like it goes from here to here to here to here. And then I'll probably put some small trees back here as well. And I'll probably put some light in the grass here. So it looks like maybe the sun's hitting maybe in front of this tree in certain areas. I'll show you how I do that. I'll just take a brush. Take a clean brush. This is a soft brush. This is a really cheap acrylic brush. It's really cheap. And you just wet it, okay? And then get a little bit of yellow on the brush. My yellow's kind of dark. But anyway, you get some yellow on there. It's wet. It's almost like watercolor. Let's put a little sunlight like right here in front of this tree here. And maybe a little bit out here. Maybe a little over here. And you pretty much just glaze the color in there, okay? Don't do the whole thing, just where you think maybe sun is hitting. What it does, it gives you more different colors out there on the grass, okay? It makes it look like there's more going on out there, which there is going to be more. I'm just going to put another couple trees here, more bushes and trees back there. It's not done yet, but it's close. Very close. I'd say it's about 90% done. I got time to throw a bird up there for you. I like to put some birds up here. Put some big birds up there. That look cool? All right, you can also use your brush to do branches out here if you got a good liner brush. Mine doesn't work that good too often. So that's why I use my knife to do it, but sometimes it works. All right, I'm done, guys. I appreciate you watching so early in the morning. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. Wow, I really like this one. This says 16 by 20, so it's fairly big. I got it done in about an hour. Really cool looking. All right, Anaya, thanks for stopping in. Have a good Sunday, and we'll see you on the next video. I'm going to go have breakfast with a friend. I got to run to Dick Blick's, get more Utrecht paint, and I'll be back probably by 11 o'clock. Arthur, it's all right. Good morning, Arthur. Yeah, I'd stay on, but I got to go meet a friend for breakfast. Have a good one. We'll see you this afternoon.